Today we'll be making one of these adorable fabric pumpkins. And these are the supplies I'm going to be using today. I have some cotton fabric, a piece of a branch felt, scissors, a small hand sewing needle, and a large hand sewing needle, as well as some thread, a quilting ruler, and embroidery floss. So I'm going to start with my piece of fabric, and I'm going to be cutting it 5 by 10. So I'm going to use my quilting ruler, and I'm going to make myself a nice straight rectangle. Easier to mark it out with a pin and then cut it out. So I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to sew along the edges. So I'm just going to go and do a just straight stitch on my sewing machine, or it can be done by hand. Now, while the tube is still inside out, I am taking a length of thread, and I am simply running a running stitch about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the fabric to create a gather. So it's pretty easy, just in and out, all around the open end. You want the threads to end going in the same direction. So I'm gonna just cut off the needle, and then I am going to knot and tie the gather nice and tight to create the bottom of the pumpkin. From here, I can work from the outside, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip my pumpkin right side out. See, we got that little nice spot in the bottom. And so now I'm going to go in with some more thread and do that same gathering stitch that I did on the bottom. Once I'm done with the gathering stitch, I'm going to take some stuffing and I'm going to stuff the pumpkin until it's full. So you really want to work the stuffing down into the bottom so that it will sit a little better, and also later for when we want nice thick sections. So we're just gonna stuff it nice and full. And then we're going to tie it tight. So I'm just going in with my strings, pull it tight, just like a drawstring bag, and then we're going to tie a knot in the top. Hide the extra ends of the thread down inside the pumpkin. Now I'm going to be using this embroidery floss to create sections in the pumpkin. Going to start by threading the embroidery floss through my big old needle, pop it through the top and in through the bottom. Then I'm going to be taking that floss, cut off a length, and tie it tight to create that little section. So I'm going to make a knot, and then I'm going to hide the thread down inside the pumpkin. Now that I have one side done, I'm going to do the other 3. Now if you wanted, you could do more or less than that, but I like the way it looks with 4 separate sections. So just again, going through the whole pumpkin, tying the thread and knotting it. Now for this felt, I'm going to cut out a leaf. I have this little pattern here, and so I'm just simply holding it down on top of the felt and snipping it. Now I'm just cutting a skinny little triangle out of the center. I'm going to use hot glue to shut that little triangle, and it's going to create a more 3D look to our leaf. Now for some assembly. So this is my stick. Sometimes you can just push the stick down into the fabric and it will work really great. Not so much this time, so I hot glued and then pushed my stick piece as much as I could down in there, and then I applied some hot glue to the side and I added my leaf. And there we go, our sweet little fabric pumpkin. And there we go. Thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love a like and comment on this video down below. You can also subscribe for more craft videos in the future.